idea behind the spot was that I wanted to film a line the same way you'd otherwise film a line in skating, but just done on a dirt bike. And I wanted to do that somewhere related to skateboarding. Gardner ended up being the perfect place for this because I also grown up seeing people skate the classic schoolyard tables and always wanted to get a clip on one of those too. So we kind of blended the two ideas together to try to film a line at Gardner. The first trick in the line, we took 3 picnic tables, stacked them up, and then took one of the like long benches and unbolted all of the legs from it. So it was just like a flat platform, laid it on the picnic tables that we stacked up, and then shimmed everything so that it would sit at the right angle, and then used a loading ramp, butted that up to the bench that we laid down. Getting over the fence, you could really easily clip on the fence and you could OJ, and if you OJ, there's like a playground right after it, and there's a bunch of bushes that we had to rip out just to like make it so that I would actually be able to catch the tranny of the natural bank that existed there. So we kind of ended up like doing some gardening for them too. So maybe we could pass on an invoice. Then we came around to the nose manny on the picnic benches, which is pretty much just like standard nose manny. We just stacked 2 benches together. Because they're like pretty slick, it's hard to nose manny those. So I kind of just came around, nose bonked the second table, and then we set up a bunch more tables in a way that I could use them as a ramp to wall ride the wall ball wall. Building the ramp up to the wall ride was a circle bench that we had to take the umbrella out of, a schoolyard table that was stacked up on that like a ramp, and then to get onto that, we disassembled another one of the long benches and used the legs that we took off to shim under it so that when you'd ride over it, it would hit it. So you could ride over it one time, but because nothing was able to actually be screwed together, you'd ride over it and it would fall off. Out of respect for the fact that the spot still skated all the time, I wanted to choose tricks so it wasn't gonna break anything. We took every single bench back into its original location. So we took all the picnic benches, put them back where they were. We put the umbrella bench back together. We took all the flat benches and put all the legs back on them and put everything back to the way it was. Just left the spot exactly how it was before I had ever dirt biked it. The only mark that we left there was my tire marks on the wall ride. That's the only trace that we have at Gardner that we were ever even there. We unbolted the door to get my bike in it and then re-bolted the door back onto the hinges when we left, just to try to put everything back to the way it was before we found it. Shout out to Bobby Bils for filming it and helping assemble everything. Bobby and I went there multiple times with no success, sometime with 3 hours of sleep. Shout out to Boileau and Hagen McGill. They helped a lot with assembling and disassembling everything. The spot definitely ended up being a bunch of work that was really rewarding in the end because I was really determined to get a line at a skate spot, and I'm hyped on how it all turned out. It was fun to have to go in there and like treat it like we were robbing a bank and do all the right shit, put it back together the right way every time, and make it so that we'd be able to get in, get out, and be stoked on the clip. So yeah, it was a cool process. Hopefully we can film more lines like this in the future.